Black America is being called to action once again, but this time around, the calls are coming from the motherland.
I am currently asking for a ceasefire. I'm asking for a ceasefire between the Somalis and the African Americans. Please, we got something bigger going on right now. This is a divide and conquer situation happening in Minnesota. Y'all know we ride together when situations arise out here. When that George Floyd stuff happened, baby, we was out there. Ain't nobody was asking what type of black you was. We all felt that. So I just don't want this ignorant conversation to overshadow what's really happening. Don't give them the upper hand. Why are we acting slow? I'm asking for a ceasefire. If you like me, please put down the shots. We ain't got time. Just put a pin in the conversation. How about that? Let's just put a pin in the conversation. And after we're done with this, then we could get back to doing that. Y'all could get back to doing that.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're good. Hope you're fine. My name is Philomena and this is Time with Phil. If you're new on the channel, kindly subscribe. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much. You guys are the real MVPs. So a Somalian woman has begged for unity between Somalians and Black Americans to be able to stand a chance against ICE. So as we all know, the Somalian community has been targeted by ICE. So many are being snatched and deported. And so it feels like it's overwhelming. Yeah. So this Somalian woman came out to crave the indulgence of the Black community to help them, the Black Americans, to come to their aid so they could stand together and fight together to free the Somalian community from this target. But guess what? Black Americans are pulling out receipts from online and telling them, yeah, this is it. And so this is where we stand.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. You know, I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No.
So I want to say this with as much clarity as I can possibly say it. I don't believe that every Somali imam thinks this way, but this gives an indication that there are people who we have allied with, who we have supported, who we have taken on as brethren, because were it not for the African American experience, these people would not be able to do any of the things that they're doing. But we have to realize that some people are not our friend. There's a saying in the Black community, not all skin folks is kinfolk. So my decision is, if you came in during this time, I'm rocking with people who came in who have a heritage of experience in the Black community, specifically foundational Black Americans. Until you prove to me that you are an ally of mine, I'm not rocking with you.
Somalis are not Black. There's a difference between African and Black.
Congratulations, your application has been granted. It was quite evident that you are very eager to separate yourself from the Black community. And so we wish you all the best as you embark on this fight to fight white supremacy all on your own. I can assure you that it is relentless, unforgiving, and quite merciless. But for whatever reason, this is the hill that you have chosen to die on. So we can only wish you all the best, and we hope it was worth it.
Why is it that only other ethnicities want unity with Black Americans when shit hits the fan with white Americans and they aren't going to save them like they thought they were? Because it's honestly infuriating and insulting for Somalis to have the nerve to want to talk unity now when y'all have been some of the most divisive people, period. And that's the thing when everyone comes over here. You come over here, you follow this white man rhetoric, and you think you're better than Black Americans. You're like, oh, or at least we're not them. Oh, and you tell your kids, avoid them. Oh, you're better than them. All of that. You guys have done this rhetoric for how long? And now shit is finally hitting the fan with y'all. And that's the thing. We have always been overextending ourselves trying to do unity with everyone when no one wanted to do unity with us. And now the only reason people want unity is because people are being targeted by ICE, and we can't be targeted by ICE because we are citizens. So for you people that want unity with black people, you need to want this unity before shit hits the fan, because we're at the point right now where we're only worrying about ourselves. If other people want to get involved and try and help, you're going to have to put in more and more effort to prove to us that you actually care, because last year everyone showed themselves.
What I'm witnessing right now with the Somalians out there in Minnesota and all the issues that they're dealing with Trump and deportation, is a prime example. Their response to it is a prime example of why FBAs call black immigrants tethers. I'm sorry, I'm not one to use that word, but I can see what they mean, because the tether means to attach yourself to something. And right now I see a lot of Somalians who have never considered themselves black attaching themselves to black Americans as a way of deflecting what's happening to them and saying like, oh, we're all black and he's doing the same thing to us because we're black, just like black Americans. Listen to this.
President Trump and the base that is attacking our community. We understand that you are here to divide us, to create fear amongst us, and to selectively target the blackest immigrant and Muslim community in this great state. President Trump has had a history of targeting black people long before he ever ran for any office.
Yeah, Trump targeted black people. We all know that. But when y'all came here to this country, black people was like, oh, good, with more black people, you know, come with us. And we tried to show you what it was like here. We tried to explain to you what was going on, and we were rejected. Like, let's not rewrite history. I know what happened. Y'all made your own communities. Y'all said you had your own culture, separate from us. So now that you're in trouble, you want to claim blackness? You want to say that Trump already was targeting black people? Us? He wasn't targeting you then. You're not black, right? Like, it's a tether. That's a tether. That right there. If you ever wondered what a tether was, that.
I've been saying that black Americans don't have allies for the longest, right? Now, this proves my point. Out there in Minnesota, a young black mother was looking for a daycare to put her children. What do you know? The Somalis run a 24-hour daycare. But when she get there, they don't want to give her a tour. They don't want to service her. And she says,
I tried to send my child to one of the 24-hour daycare centers because this is the only 24-hour daycare in Minnesota. The Somalis would not give me a tour. They did not want me to bring my kids to their daycare. It was because they was doing daycare fraud. Come to find out, another thing with them, they made it very clear their only agenda is to benefit the Somali community. Like,
you know, most of these immigrants, they come here. They don't come here to ally with us blacks. They don't come here to be our friends. They don't come here to service us. They don't come here to be around us. They come here to use America for whatever they can get out of it. That's something that we all have to remember, because that's what it is. You open a business here in America, then it's for everyone. You service everyone. You don't come to America to only service your own people. And that's one of the biggest issues that white Americans and black Americans have with all immigrant groups right now in America. You guys come here and you don't even play by the rules, because before you had your own place, before you had your own little cities and towns, you had to come to our cities and towns. Guess what? You got all the services you need. So that's one of the biggest issues that black Americans have with all immigrants. You guys come here, you think you're better than us. You don't treat us with any kind of respect. You don't respect our history. You don't respect our language. You don't respect our country. You don't respect us at all. But yet you expect us to respect you. You expect us to put our bodies on the line when ICE is chasing your ass down the street. No, sir, it's never happening again. Believe me, black Americans do not have any allies, and we need to start marching and acting like it and voting and standing on that too.
your own communities, y'all said you had your own culture, separate from us. So now that you're in trouble, you want to claim blackness?
You want me to advocate for a group of people, for a community that, generally speaking, collectively, does not refer to themselves as black.
There is a real tension between the Black Americans and the Somali Americans. Yes, after the recent political attack.
TikTok supports white supremacy, so do you, and I went to your following. And unsurprisingly, I saw all those conservatives that you are following. The black community is not attacking Somali people. This administration is attacking Somali people. The black community is calling out the Somali people like yourself that even though you are seeing this administration call you liars, thieves, criminals, and are trying to deport you, saying that your IQs are inherently low, you are on the internet talking about black Americans. In fact, you don't have a video going over all the things this administration has said about your people. Instead, you have opted to demonize black Americans.
Somali people have clearly stated that if you're a black American like myself, that we're not the same. They're saying, hey, no, we're Somali. You guys are American. I know we're the same skin color, but we're different.
Well, it's quite understandable why black Americans will want to sit this fight out, because obviously they feel really disrespected by a lot of Africans, not just Somalis, coming to America and then talking down on them. And so if something like this is happening to your community, why would that involve myself when you have virtually no respect for me or my culture? And if they would help in any way, it should be just because they want to and not because people feel they should or feel mandated to. What do you think, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.